What is up, everybody? I'm ThePackle, and today we are going to be doing a bit of an update video. Haven't done one of these in a long time, because obvious reasons. And again, we're just going to be doing an update video. Talking about a couple things from just how 2016 went to my plans of 2017 and beyond. But without any further ado, let's go and get started, shall we? Now, 2016 in review. 2016 was a bit of a weird year. To begin with, we had a terrible, terrible marathon. That was just horrible. Like, even now, I'm kind of ashamed that I put that together. Like, it was just a complete abomination. Like, we could have done a lot of things better, but we didn't. But, again, we had to make mistakes to learn. And I know the next marathon will be even better. We've been talking about doing stuff right now, doing how we're going to do things different, talking about how we are going to move forward and how it's going to be even better than it was last year. So, again, or this year, whichever. But so, either way, look forward to seeing that sometime in 2017. It's still going to be a bit. We just starting to talk about it now. So there's going to be a bit of a time where we have to discuss things, see how we're going to do it, and everything like that. But again, it's still a long way to go. But again, the marathon was terrible. It's not in existence anymore because we kept losing video. Like, we kept losing connection. Then, what was it? Oh yeah, Twitch didn't have their save archive on, so like all the videos are literally just destroyed. It was a mess, but 2017 will be even better. I can promise you guys that right now. So look forward to it. Now, past that, if you look just at everything went for me, 2016 was a great year in terms of speedrunning for me. In that short time that I was actually here anyways. During that short time, I got a bunch of records. It was actually a time I was absolutely on fire. Like, I touch a game, get a world record. Go to another game, world record. I just kept doing that. It was absolutely insane. I was on absolute fire. I was kind of worried that I would go BMT out of it and have that fire no more. But luckily, or unluckily, but I'm not sure if I do have that fire. We'll have to see, I guess. Now we're talking about in terms of speedrunning. We can start from the very beginning where I got the Thug 2 Classic World Record. And that was huge because, one, I hate Thug 2. But I like Classic enough where I just wanted to get a World Record. And I did. In fact, it's funny because during that time, I got done speedrunning for the day. I just did not want to continue speedrunning. Then I got a challenge from one of the developers for Hat in Time. And they're like, hey, we'll give you a copy of Hat in Time to get a world record in one of your games. I'm like, okay, I'll just get in Thug 2 Classic. Same day, get it. Boom, done. I'm just like, and Hat in Time's also awesome. Cannot wait for that game to come out sometime next year. If it ever comes out. It's never gonna come out, is it? Thug 2 Classic World Record was pretty huge. And I'm happy that I got that for a little while. Unfortunately, TK took it. He says he's going to get sub 3, but he's never going to do it. But, hey, whatever. It was still a fun time, and I'm happy I got that time. I'm actually very happy. I'm not going to go back to Thug 2 Classic for a while. Unless something huge comes up, and that breaks the entire category as a whole. I'm not going to worry about it. For me right now, 317 is absolutely fine. Then you move forward a little bit, and you go into Thaw. I finally got sub 4. I got 358, and I beat George fair and square. I had a tie with him, then I beat him. And I was like, fuck yes, I'm happy, I got the run I wanted. And then TK tied me with some newer strats, and then Yip comes out of nowhere and just bops the hell out of both of us. So, I'm probably going to end up coming to Thaw again. I did say that a number of times that if I ever get beaten, then I would come back. If I got tied, then I'm not going to worry about it, but I got tied. I was like, okay, I guess we'll just be happy with the tie, and Yip just bops me. So I guess I have to kind of bop him. So, expect sometime in 2017, I will bop Yip. I will tell you right now, I will bop you. Look out. Now we move on a little bit further, we look at Thug 1. Thug 1 was, I had the God run in any percent be good. Absolutely the God run. It is still considered one of the greatest runs I've ever done. It's only beaten by one, and that's because of how much work I had to put into it, how much heart I had to put into it. I put a lot of heart and effort into Thug 1, but the other game I'm about to talk about, THPS 2, that was just a monumental achievement for me. But for Thug 1, I got the God run. I got Eric skip. I got everything going perfectly. I only had one big mistake in Hawaii. And then I got video skip. And it was the first time that we thought the entire game was done. It was absolutely done. Like, there was no way we could beat it. And then 2 weeks later, Ace finds Cat Bag and ruins it. Thanks. But no, I kid. It's awesome that there was new tricks that was discovered, because no run should be the God run. There should always be something comes up later that beats the God run. You can have near perfect runs, but there should be, at least in terms of how the rules work, there should be something that comes up later that breaks it. And we found that thing that broke it, and now we're just going to exploit the hell of it until we get to a point where we're just like, okay, whatever, then something else gets found. That's how speedrunning progresses. We eventually get to a point, a breaking point, and then it breaks, and we go keep on pushing forward. That's how it works. But I got the God run, Tug 1. I still consider it the God run. Like, that run is absolutely amazing. If you had to put it into a Hall of Fame, or if it was some sort of like speedrunning Hall of Fame, it should be up there, because that run was near perfection. That was so good. I hate to shoot my own horn, but even now I'm proud of that run. There's still a lot of runners that come up and say like, holy shit, that was a great run. It's kind of sad that you lost it to this stupid ass trick. I'm just like, yeah, but it's how it works. But I do plan on continuing in Thug 1. I do plan on getting a sub 35. I do plan on getting world record. So Ace, I'm coming for you. Now, if you look at the other world records in Thug 1, I had the 3rd or 4th sweep. I don't remember what number of sweeps there are now, but I had another sweep, and that was pretty cool. Sweeps are kind of huge in Thug 1 because it's not like Thug 2 where you had the Master Both Classic and store to get a sweep, but for Thug 1 you have to master all these routes, so much movement, and still go against really, really good runs. Like, there was a time where a specific run on a specific category was absolutely hard to beat. And then beating it is tough enough, but doing it for a lot of categories is also hard. Even now, even with Cat Bag, some of the records up there, such as my 80% beginner, 80% normal no warp time, that one's going to be hard to beat for anybody, because that was just a very good run overhaul. It was still sloppy in some areas, and while Cat Bag will help in other areas, but it was still a fucking great run. So good luck to anyone who wants to beat that. I'm going to beat it soon, so there you go. I'm kidding. It's going to be beaten soon. But the sweep was kind of huge. I'm kind of happy I got the sweep. And unfortunately, I lost the sweep while I was at basic, but I'll get it again. Or someone else will get it again. Someone will get it again. It's just how Thug 1 works. There's a king of the underground. There has to be. There's always one king. And it was me for a while, but now it's like split between like 10 different people. Now, if we go forward a little bit more, we go to THPS2, and that was my crowning achievement. That was pretty much how I went into hiatus on. That was my like swan song during my time as a speedrunner. That was the time that literally everything went up to that point. That entire run was I don't know how to pronounce. I don't know how to say it. Like, it was just so much hype built up for that run. Like, I was wanting to beat George. I got so close a number of times, and then I get up to Philly on a good run. I finally get a good Philly, and then I finish it off, and it was just, I've never been happier in my life. That was, okay, actually, I take that back. Graduating from basic and tech school is my happiest time in my life. But at that time, it was the happiest moment of my life, because I finally did something huge. And in my 4 years of a speedrunner, I've always been looking for that one thing that set me apart, and I felt like that was it. Unfortunately, new things got discovered. Well, I guess fortunately as well. But new things got discovered. Now it's pretty easy to beat that run. It's possible to get a sub 3. So, it's just how things work with speedrunning. So, I'm not upset about it. It just makes me motivated to actually come back to it at some point and actually beat it. I do plan on coming back to PvPS2 and beat it the 80% time I had. Let's get a 310. Maybe sub 3 if I'm crazy enough like Gwish. And eventually go into 100%. But again, we shall see. The future is bright. Then to finish off the recap of all my runs, I had Medal of Honor Airborne. Airborne was one of those games I chose on the side because I was bored and needed a new game as my side game to Tony Hawk. And I played it, had fun with it, and I was like, I'm going to run this. And I got frustrated a lot of times because of RNG. But eventually, I finally got the run I wanted. I got 30 seconds past world record. And Unfortunately, no one's really touched it since then, but I still feel like it's a good speed game. It's one of those games, along with Thug 1 and THS 2, that I want to try getting into it to SGDQ 2017. But again, we shall see. But I might come back to Airborne at some point this year. I'm not sure if I will. If I do, it's only to prep for SGDQ and just to build that up a little bit more, because it actually is a fun run. But I do have a lot more fun right now with Frontline than anything. Frontline, once I get a PS3, I'll be running that. I want to learn European Assault. There's a couple other things as well. But Airborne's time might be over with, but I'm still not going to forget about it, because I think it's still a great run. Now that we're done with all that, we can now talk about how things will go for 2017. 2017, the TLDR version is, I plan on coming back with a vengeance. I've been away for 6 months. I've lost pretty much every world record I have. I may sound like I'm fine with it, but on the inside, my commitment is like, yeah, no, bitch, we have to get those records back. So guess what? I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna get most of them back. So I plan on coming back and destroying everybody in Thug 1, the HPS 2, FA, limiting tickets at Fortune events. I'm just kidding about that one, and a couple other things I can't remember off the top of my head. But I do kind of plan on coming back and getting some records. So look forward to that. I want to get back to near dominating form as I once was. Even today, I got sub 37 on my second run in Thug 1. So I do have that ability still. So if you were hoping I would not come back and just destroy you, you thought wrong. Sorry, Ace. On top of that, I do want to improve stream quality. I plan on using a lot of the money that I earn from the Air Force. I plan on using that to build a brand new streaming PC. The current PC I have right now, I'm going to convert into a streaming PC, and this next one I'm going to build is going to be my main PC for gaming. So that way, like, everything will be like amazing quality. And also builds into something else that I want to do later, which I'll talk about very shortly. But yeah, stream quality will be going up, especially since transcoding is now available for a lot of people now, including me. I can actually take advantage of that. 60 FPS, amazing looking stuff, high bitrate and stuff like that. So expect stream quality to improve. Now, another thing as well, speaking of stream quality, is that I am going to probably completely migrate from YouTube to Twitch. Twitch has an upload service now, so I'm probably just going to upload videos there, including my footage that has no commentary, so you can watch that with no commentary on Twitch. The reason being is because I have a lot more people on Twitch who watch me, and according to the metrics that I have, it's better just to use Twitch than it is YouTube. All the views that I really get from YouTube are the people who watch my tutorial videos, and quite frankly, I don't really care about those views at all. I care about people actually watching my runs if they never get a chance to see them. While the service I feel like could be better overall, my metrics do still show that Twitch, I do get slightly more views on Twitch than I do on YouTube. So this will probably be the last video I have on YouTube for a while for you guys, but people on Twitch who are watching this, you guys will be getting a lot more in the future, so stay tuned to that. For every PB I get, I try to upload a no commentary version that has no commentary in it, just the game audio. That way you guys can enjoy that for what it is. Now, on top of all this, I want to improve the Tony Hawk speedrun community even further. Silent, TH, TK, and pretty much everyone in the community has been working hard to help build the community while I've been away, and I appreciate it. I love you guys for it, because this community is amazing. I still feel like it's one of the most underrated communities in the entire speedrunning domain, and I would like to improve on it even further. And with that, I want to go into more marathons, so more online marathons. I want to go to SGDQ 2017. I want to just pretty much build our presence even further, because as the most active player with the biggest base, I'm not going to count some other runners who just play it every so often, but for me, since I'm like the most active person with the most viewers, even though it's not much, I feel like it's one of my responsibilities to help the scene out. I shouldn't really say it's some of my responsibilities. I should say it should be one of the things I should do, because I love this community to death, and I don't really care for the money. I have a job, and it's not the most amazing paying job ever, but it's still a nice job. It's fun, and I'm going to be doing that. I want to take the opportunity, take my time, instead of just building my stream up, to, I'm still gonna be on my stream a little bit, but only to strengthen the Tony Hawk community. That's my main goal. That's my main focus. That's always have been my focus as a speedrunner for the past year and a half, is to build the community. And it's me on the side just to help them out. I'm a catalyst, I guess you could say. So expect more things, more runs in the future, and that's gonna be awesome. I can't wait. I want to do more marathons. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is to cap off my busy 2017. I am going to be returning to YouTube with my group of friends. We are going to be returning to I don't know, we haven't really decided a group name just yet, but we do plan on returning. For those of you who do not know, we used to do Minecraft videos, we used to do all sorts of Let's Plays and stuff like that, and eventually went away from them as life got in the way. But now that life has been settling down for a lot of us, it's time, I feel, for us to come back to it, because it was a really fun time. So if you like my content, stay tuned. There's still going to be more group stuff in the future. Now, I need to end this video with one more thing. For most of you who are aware, who watch my YouTube videos, who watched my streams, my Twitter feed or whatever, I am in the Air Force now. So I'm not going to have as much time as I once did for streaming or YouTubing or anything like that. But I still plan on using the most of my time to help out everyone as much as I can. Now, will I be able to do it all the time? Probably not, because my job is chaotic and it's going to be all over the place, and I'm going to be probably working like 40-hour shifts. Hope not. But 40-hour shifts in 2 days, more so. But I'm kidding. But I mean, I'll be able to do it all the time, but I'll do my best. So as just a disclaimer, I'm an airman now, so I do have a lot of responsibilities. Anyways, thank you all very, very much for coming out and watching as always. I will see you guys around, and have a Merry Christmas. Take care.